Hello everybody, welcome inside the Rockwall Sportscenter Yellowjacket update. I'm Chris Curtis, joined by not one but two of the voices of the Rockwall Yellowjackets, Billy Quinn and David Sweet. And David, first of all, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, sir.
Glad to finally have you here.
I'm glad. I got a text like at 10 o'clock last night. It was a last-minute invitation to join you.
Invite.
So,
Yeah.
Well, of course,
I wasn't sure if I wanted to have him, but I'm still not decided. We can edit him out if we need to, right?
Hey, we can put a little space right here.
I'm in the
See
middle.
how this goes.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, first of all, a big win for Rockwall on homecoming night, 58-47 over Saxi. It was almost a 3.5-hour game, a very long game. Everyone got real comfortable real quick, but Rockwall with the 58-47 victory. Kind of tell us the keys of the game of what went right for Rockwall. We'll start with Billy.
Well, what went right was that offense just keeps moving along. They, you have Will Reed still doing his thing. We talked about it on the air. So reliable, just making plays, 5 touchdown passes, 1 rushing. I think the biggest thing for Rockwall right now is we already knew that they were going to have a threat with receivers, have a good running game, but Will Reed bringing his running game into the scene this year is really adding another dimension to the Yellowjackets. So I think that was a big deal. And David, I'll throw it over to you because I think Rockwall's defense is making a big difference now too.
Absolutely. Rockwall's defense has been consistent all season long. Obviously, we talked about coming into the season what that schedule was going to be like. Those first 3 weeks were going to be tough. They were, rightfully so, as played 3 of the best teams in the state, definitely. And, of course, the last few weeks, the middle part of that getting better to start off district play. Rockwall's gotten better week in and week out. Just all culminated in a very good victory Friday night against a very good football team in Sachse.
Absolutely. Saxi is 2-2, but they are definitely in the playoff mix. They need to probably win out to make the playoffs, though, unfortunately for them. But that's a solid football team over there in Saxi. What are you guys' thoughts as far as the game in general, as far as this offense? We talked about the offense again. It just seems like every week they add a new dimension to that offense, and it just seems like it's kind of clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, I think that offense also, let's give credit to the offensive line. When the season started, we weren't sure how the parts were going to fit, who was going to be in there. We got some newer guys in there with Justin Childers now starting at center, and I think that's been a big difference. And that offensive line, as Coach Webb said, things are going to get better every week. That was the goal. And he said by week 7, we want to be peaking, and I think we're very close right now. And I think that offensive line, the offense does not run unless you have the line blocking, protecting, and opening up the holes, and that's the key right now.
You know, they're the unsung hero, basically, and it's one of those things where if the offensive line is doing their job, a lot of times they don't get the attention they deserve. We have the added benefit of not only from you visiting with the coaching staff and them reiterating that each week, but when we see replays and just see the good, solid blocking, and you can't say enough about how much better the offensive line has played over the last few weeks. And then, of course, I think we talked a little bit about Will Reed just a moment ago, just his ability when he's under pressure. He doesn't force the football. He doesn't make mistakes. Just so consistent, and I think those are been two big keys so far on the season.
Absolutely, and Rockwall cracks the top 20 for the first time since opening week. They are now number 15 in the area. A big deal for the Rockwall Yellowjackets. Yeah, I think Coach Webb is happy after his team's success this past week after a 58-47 victory over Saxi. Let's hear from Coach Webb.
I think a lot of things went right. Friday night, offensively, we got on a good roll, and we scored, I think, on every possession in the first half. The game plan, I think, it sort of went the way we wanted it to. Defensively, our biggest goal was to make them one-dimensional, take away the running game, and I think at halftime maybe they didn't have any yards rushing. So, I think from those two things, hitting on all cylinders early on offense and then really making them one-dimensional defensively, I think that had more to do with it than anything.
All right, guys, the big matchup this week. It's 4-0 Rockwall against 4-0 Rowlett. Said it right there for you, Billy, of course. It's the Eagles and Yellowjackets. It's the Battle of the Lake this upcoming week. It's both teams are 4-0, and the winner takes the driver's seat in this district. So we'll kind of talk about the keys of the game as far as playing the Eagles this Friday.
Well, we talked about this on the air also, where things have started to fall into place we didn't expect. For instance, Rockwall and Rowlett both playing possibly for the district title in this ball game because both 4-0. I don't think we expected Saxi or then you have Centennial that's fallen behind. We thought they would be more in the mix. Tyler Lee still kind of in the mix, but they had a couple losses we didn't expect. But now that Garland loses last week, which was unexpected on a Tyler Lee comeback, you have the second or the third and fourth place teams at 2-2. So right now, Rockwall, Rowlett, whoever wins this game, they're in the driver's seat, more than likely at least getting a share of the district title. So this is huge, biggest game of the year. And as far as what Rockwall needs to do, keep doing what they're doing. I don't know what else to say other than, we didn't mention this before, but you have Sam Crawford really running free out there in the secondary. Get him the ball in open field. He's unbelievable. And, of course, Caleb Broach, just been solid. He's kind of our version of Xavier Castile this year, doing all things defensive back, running back, returning punts, making big plays. So you just keep those guys going. And, of course, that defense, David, is just something else. And it's going to be a challenge against that Rowlett offense.
Yeah, they're definitely going to be tested this week. Obviously, what we've been broadcasting 9 years, I think Bonner's been on campus at Rowlett since then. And you're a lot taller than me right now. I'm sure folks have already noticed that my height is a big factor as far as this broadcast is concerned.
It's a growth spurt over the weekend, right? There you go.
It was a successful weekend. What can I say? But yeah, no question as far as on the offensively. Let's back up a little bit, talking about getting Crawford and Broach involved early on. Those two guys have handled the pressure very well and have stepped up in key games. But if you switch sides of the football, talking about Bonner a little bit, the quarterback, it's for those guys that have almost thrown for 2,000 yards on the season. He's completed 58% of his passes. He's going to be a tough matchup. We talk about what kind of a benefit Will Reed is for Rockwall from consistency stake and not making mistakes. Bonner's the same type of quarterback, so it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Fun fact about Bonner, he's been the Rowlett quarterback since 1989. So
Got to be ineligible, right?
Yeah, well, I don't know.
At some
He's still
point, that's
there.
got to come up, doesn't it?
I think so.
And of course, Sam got to take home a nice pair of cleats this week
That's
and kind of
right.
explain the story as far as Friday night, as far as Sam taking home those pair of shoes. Did you even know about the story?
I don't know the
You
story.
don't?
Jared
You're
Maiden,
yeah.
Jared Maiden, the Oregon commit, the cornerback or defensive back for Saxi, made the statement that if anybody caught a touchdown pass on him, that he would be glad to give him a pair of his cleats. And
Wow, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns for Crawford in that matchup, so he ended up with a pair of neat,
All
pretty
right.
cool cleats.
Future Oregon Duck, by the way.
So,
there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. Very
All
cool.
right. Well, you
Glad
got to
we
think.
brought you. I mean,
Yeah.
you got a little
See,
tidbit in
look at
there.
that.
There you go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Coach Webb is excited about this Friday night against Rowlett. Let's hear what he has to say about the upcoming matchup against the Eagles.
We're in a good groove, and we're taking one game at a time. And I don't want to be a cliche machine, but it is one game at a time, and we're not worried about anything else this week besides Rowlett. And we're going to continue with our same practice routine, and our preparation will be the same as it is for any other game. And we certainly recognize they're a very, very good football team, both sides of the ball. They present a lot of issues for us, but it ought to be a fun game. It's why you play as a player. It's why you coach high school football for games like this. Homer Johnson Stadium is going to be packed, and 2 really good teams playing, and we just can't wait for Friday night.
All right, well, we have a special guest here. I thought I'd kind of rub it in your guys' faces just a little bit. I know you guys were trying to win Homecoming King this year, but we're honored to have the Homecoming King for 2015 for Rockwall High School, Eric Wimpy. And guys, I know you're a little depressed right now this morning. It was a kind of a rough weekend for you guys.
Well,
so.
you know what? When you have an open wound and somebody pours lemon juice in it, as you're doing right now,
There you go.
It's kind of difficult. But you know what? I think we're professional. We can fight through this.
We fought through it that night. Obviously, pregame festivities included homecoming, so we knew that when we went on the air. We dealt with it Friday night. We've done the best job we can of dealing with that disappointment throughout the weekend. Thought you were a better friend than this, but go ahead, Chris.
No, I gotta ask Eric though. Was there ever a threat between these two guys as far as winning Homecoming King? I know they're out there campaigning pretty hard. So
I felt the threat, but I didn't see them on the field, so I was kind of confused what they were doing.
We're just bringing Yellowjacket football to
Yeah.
the world.
Oh,
but that's
okay.
fine.
We were at work.
That's
We were
it.
You know, that's all we do. But we're multitasking, Eric. But here's the thing with Eric. Congratulations, by the way, even
Thank
though we
you.
feel like it was rigged somewhat. And we feel like we split the vote. Am I right?
Well, we know that's what happened.
Yeah.
Billy and I had a discussion of whether one of us needed to pull out of that race, and
Neither one
both
wanted
decided
to.
neither one of us we thought it might be our year. To be honest with you, we stayed in it, but
And then here's the deal. Eric, already first baseman on the Yellowjackets baseball team. He's a part of the Wimpy dynasty.
exactly.
So Homecoming King, really, you need that too?
I had to have it.
You had to have it.
I had to have it.
Okay,
I
really.
mean, I
You
got
gotta add
student
the
council
punches.
president. I
Oh,
got
that's right.
Wow.
Gotta add that.
I forgot that one.
Wow.
Sorry, Eric.
Gotta
I gotta
add
bring
that to
back
it.
in too.
now we're rubbing salt in the wounds.
Yeah,
Now we just
now
keep going down.
I
Of
feel like
course.
quitting right now.
Didn't know we needed to bring our resume, but that's yeah.
I say we have a rematch. Rematch.
Okay, he's challenging us to
He
a
sure
rematch.
is. Yeah.
Okay.
He's
I'll
pretty
get that
confident
going on
he is.
Twitter right now.
Okay.
Let's get our hashtags
That's
going
it.
right now.
That's right.
Start it.
All right, let's do that. We'll start the campaigning right after this.
And of course, we also want to say congratulations to Amanda Thornton. She was the
Yeah,
homecoming
that's cool.
queen as well. 2 good-looking people right there, well-deserving of homecoming
Yeah,
king and
some of us
queen.
differ, but that's fine.
Still some negativity going on around here. But of course, any final thoughts? We'll get someone from all 3 of us here as far as this upcoming matchup against Rowlett
I'm
on
going to hand it
Friday.
over to the Homecoming King.
That's right.
So he wants
You go
to say
first.
about
Take the
the big game
Okay.
coming up.
Well, we got a big game versus Rowlett coming up. I think we're going to show them what's up and win district.
That's cool.
I agree for the first time with Eric. I do think that Rockwall will come out on top in this one. It's going to be an absolute fantastic game. It's neat that it's at Homer B. Of course, it'd be great if it was at home, but if there's another stadium to go to for a great atmosphere, it's Homer B. Johnson, where Rockwall's going to pack our side, and it's going to be full on the other side, and it's just a great atmosphere. And get ready, because it's going to be like the Saxi game. It's going to be a track meet, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, all 4 quarters are going to matter. This is going to be one of those top ball games that that both teams are going to be ready to play on Friday night. Both have got a lot to play for, obviously, and it's pretty cool. Not only 14 versus 15 could play out for the district championship, but also the fact that it's a rival. That's kind of cool. So Friday night should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. A lot on the line this Friday night. It's www.rockwallisd.com to hear these guys until you guys lose your job to Eric over here pretty soon.
I'm sure that's coming. Yeah,
it's coming. Just
that's probably what this is all about. There's probably a meeting following this. So
basically, there's a rule in Rockwall: whatever the Wimpies want, the Wimpies get.
You're getting y'all ready for retirement.
yeah.
Oh, the shots have been fired. We'll have to cut this one off. Don't forget, it's www.rockwallisd.com. We'll see you Friday night. Don't forget, jacket fight never dies.